Your soul, don't be afraid to use it. There are voices in your head saying that you're a failure. You're not good enough, but you know that's not true. There is a secret power hidden in your soul. Don't be afraid to use it, 'cause you're the one. 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 'Cause you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one.
Oh, what an epic movie music intro. Some of my favorite people to talk to and to know are the people that take time out of their life to help other people that are in a bad way. They run charities, they donate their time and efforts to help those in need. Today is one of those guests.
From Dallas, Texas, this is Anarchast.
Greetings, motherships. Welcome back to Anarchast, your home for anarchy on the internet. I will be Patrick Smith. Today's guest is an associate of Earthship Biotexture. He managed Anarchapoco's construction of an Earthship in Acapulco and runs the local unschooling project for the local orphanage. He also publishes content to his channels on YouTube and Odysee called TriviumAutonomy. Today's guest is named Chad Schwartz. Welcome back to the show, Chad. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Patrick. Thank you very much for having me back on. It's an honor.
Cool. Well, thank you. So about a year ago, I guess, right? I had you on the show, and you were most of the way through, halfway through, or well underway in building an Earthship for kids at an orphanage. And you showed me some pictures of, I guess, what the finished product ended up being. So we put out the call a year ago to try and raise the last amount of funds that you needed to, I think, get that thing finished. And I guess pick it up from there. Did you raise the funds that you needed? Did you finish it? Let's look at some of the cool finished pictures and then go from there.
Yes, quick update is that we did finish, and I really need to thank all of you out there who donated small amounts, big amounts. Thank you so much, because you saved the project and you got us to the very end. And now we're all set up to do incredible things on into the future. So thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I have some.
Can you show those? Can you show those photos of like the finished Earthship?
Absolutely, absolutely. So. Yeah, we have quite a couple of images that we can look at, and a picture says 1,000 words, so we'll just jump right into that. So the finished, before we go to the finish, I'll just briefly go through, because this is the order of the slides here. We showed some of these last time, but some of them not. This is what we started with, just a pile of tires, and this is the finished Earthship that you see right here with the solar and the earth berms and everything. So this is the cabin that we built. That's the finished project. I'll just tell everybody right now, before we get too far into it, we've hit a bit of a snag. We've taken the cabin down, but we've kept the solar electricity and the off-grid sewage treatment and water, rainwater catchers and all that stuff. We've still got all the important stuff, and we're going to rebuild at a better location. Just get that out of the gate right now. The project is still ongoing, but this is what we were able to achieve.
Okay.
And now that we've achieved it once, we can do it three times easier next time.
Okay. So I think this might be the first time I've seen this fully finished picture. That looks amazing, dude. That looks really, really cool. I'm impressed. And you have some more on the inside too. I saw some woodwork in there as well.
There's some beautiful woodwork that we did. It really came out more beautiful than I expected, and we're going to take a look at it. And I put the slides in like a frame, step by step. So we'll just do a quick walk down memory lane. And any questions or comments, please just jump in. So the first picture was the tires. This picture was taken actually just like minutes after I got off the stage at Anarchast 2021. I gave my first presentation there, and the kids from the orphanage were there, and they're just checking out the build site. So they saw all the stages from the beginning, middle, and end. And let's see the next picture here. This is a couple courses high, of about 3 tires high, and these are our workers, and they're building our cooling tubes, and cooling tubes run through the earth, and they bring in the cool earth temperature into the building, which is how you're able to stay off grid temperature wise. This, you might see the little dollar vigilante sign in the back. Jeff Berwick, I made in the early days, I made like a little help me video, and Jeff Berwick advertised it on his walk and talks. So thank you, Jeff. He helped out there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 courses of tires high. The kids from the orphanage, they came by and just did a couple minutes work here and there. We didn't put them to hard labor. We just showed them how it's done. This was a huge turning point because we actually put the roof on, and at this point we were like, yes, we're going to finish. It's going to happen. This here is something called a botanical cell, where you take your used shower water goes down the drain, and you grow plants, you grow useful, vegetables or medicinal plants, and you're treating your sewage independently of the state. That's me doing some tile work there. So as anarchists, everybody hates the government, but we still rely on them for things you don't even think about, like sewage treatment, right? Who's going to handle that if there's no government? But
I think about the government every time I poop.
Yeah, it's a subconscious thing. Like you don't even think. You wake up in the morning, take a shower. Where does that water go? If the state disappeared tomorrow, that would be a great thing. But you got to think about how would that stuff be handled. And Earthships have, and this is gray water. It's not black water from the toilet. Just so people know the difference. But we grow plants, and that's my worker helping to do the botanical cell. That's us with the roof on, about 3/4 of the way done. That's another 90% of the way done. The last time you had me on Anarchast, this is exactly where we were. We were like pretty much finished, but still struggling a little bit. Our first, our big panels coming in here. Those were worked out pretty well. This guy here, who I'm standing next to, it's Victor. He's a local Mexican guy, and he lived in the U.S., so he speaks really good English. He was supposed to speak at Anarchast, but he moved to Australia. And now we've got his coworker is going to speak, and his coworker is a big Ron Paul fan. So these are anarchists or libertarians at least, Ron Paul fans and off-grid energy guys, and they're going to be speaking on my stage. So that's pretty fun. This is our messy with all of our construction stuff going on. It's a bit of a mess, but this was a big turning point here. And this is us when we're finished and got cleaned up here. This is a little built-in sitting area. And one of my workers carved this like rocky cave type pattern into the wall, which is pretty cool. And this is the botanical cell finished. You can see this is the shower area right here, and the shower water, we treat it, and shower water is actually really good for growing plants. Plants love it. So we didn't grow any vegetables, but you can grow nutritious food in a gray water cell. And so we're growing food and treating waste without the government.
I wouldn't be surprised if I asked this question last time we talked, but if you use like shampoo and soap in the shower, won't the shampoo and soap kill the plants?
That's a good question. And the people who have been doing this for decades will tell you no, because plant roots are filters, and they take the stuff that they want and they leave the stuff they don't. And when you take a shower, all of your dead skin cells and all that stuff, plants love that. That's like food, because, plants and animals were like a closed system, right? So the stuff that falls off your body in a shower is actually really good for plant roots. So that's a great question, and everybody asks that, but no, the plant roots filter all that stuff out.
Okay, cool.
Cool. This is our solar setup with our batteries. I didn't show the actual inside of that case. You probably recognize this image right here of our good friends at Vice News.
Oh, I didn't actually see that, but that's interesting. So they came out and saw your Earthship, huh?
Yeah, they did. They were there for 30 seconds, and the 30 seconds that they did for me wasn't that bad. They actually gave me a good soundbite and good images, and I actually took their footage and I chopped it up and I made a little advertisement for my workshop using their footage. So,
man, I haven't watched
Vice.
I haven't watched anything from Vice in years. I think the only thing I would ever watch them for would be like if I wanted to learn how to get high from licking frogs in the rainforest. I think if I needed to learn how to do that, I would watch Vice. But for any serious anything, like I just saw a photo. I just saw a photo from a reporter. Where was he? In Mexico, where the gang war is happening right now. And he showed a picture of a bullet hole with a bullet stuck through the hole and said, "Oh, wow, man, it's so dangerous here." He was reporting on this, but the bullet had the casing still on it. So it was obvious that he had taken the full bullet and casing and stuck it in the hole to get his stupid little photo for his stupid little Vice News network. Just absolutely embarrassing.
That's a freaking Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell, Anchorman type of stuff right there. That's incredible.
It's quintessential Vice. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love it. That's incredible. But to me, my point of view is we cannot afford to not talk to people like the mainstream media, even if they're going to make us look bad or whatever. We need to be talking to everybody, because I used to laugh at 9/11 truthers and anarchists, and now I'm one of them. So just because somebody might, make fun of you or argue with you, you can't run and hide. We need to take every advantage that we can in order to communicate with the world and spread the message. So I'll go on any news, even if it's going to make me look bad. So, and so in my opinion, that was a great experience, but not everybody agrees with me. So,
trust me, running this channel has taught me that not everybody agrees with just about anything, no matter what it is.
And that's okay. You just got to get used to it.
Oh, it's fine. We learn new things by exposing ourselves to people that we disagree with. If we only ever talk to people we agree with, we never learn anything. So
in no way I would have been here building off-grid buildings as an anarchist if I had not questioned, talked to people I disagree with and stuff like that. So
exactly.
So now these are my favorite pictures. These make everything totally worthwhile. It's my worker Louise teaching some of the kids from the Marsh House how to wire up solar panels. So this is the really important stuff that we're able to teach them, and we're still teaching them. Just one of the girls there wiring up a panel, and these are the kids learning about how the gray water treatment system works. So it was incredible. I taught English to the kids for a little bit, but Burnt MD has taken over for that, and he's doing an incredible job. I've gone and watched it, and he's really incredible with the way he teaches the kids. So we got some English unschooling going for the kids. So I did mention that we had some trouble with the Earthship. I thought it was going to take a couple of months to finish, and now it's going to take a couple of years, but so be it. I'm not quitting until it's over.
Well,
So
hold on. So
Go ahead.
just to give like due diligence to the donors that gave you money, I think it's important,
Yes.
especially because I feel like, at least in some small part, probably not to a large extent, but I feel like I helped you raise money for it, and so I feel like
Yes, you did, Patrick.
I feel like I owe it to people to tell them what happened.
Yes.
So can you tell us, like, maybe go back to your face and maybe tell us, or if you have pictures of the aftermath, that'd be good too. But tell us what happened. And
I'll show you from the beginning here what's going on. So Bonfil, it's a low area. So we're basically at sea level here, and even during the rainy season it was fine. But we had this like once in a century storm come in and basically inundates. And the people who own the land there, they have other plans that they want to do too, and they decided to bring in dump truck after dump truck. They had to raise the land level up in order to do their building projects, and I did not foresee that. Happening. So let me see if I can go back to the screen here for a second and talk with you guys. So
okay, so it flooded,
hold on a second.
and I assume there was some damage.
There wasn't a whole lot of damage to the Earthship, actually. Let me see here. Am I still sharing the screen here, or am I on the screen?
I still see your screen. There you go. Now I see you.
Okay.
You're good. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just talk for a minute. So there was really very little damage done to the Earthship. It was okay. It was nothing that we couldn't fix. So it flooded once, and we're like, okay, we can deal with this a couple times a year. But once they brought in all the dump trucks and decided to raise the land level up, there wasn't a whole lot we could do. So it's actually pretty simple. The cabin is gone, and yeah, it was a screw up, and it wasn't good. But to all the people who donated, your money was not wasted at all. We're going to rebuild it. Now that I've already done it, because that was my first time building anything that complicated, and now that I've done it, I can do it 3 times quicker for 1/4 of the cost, or I should say something like that. Very, very little cost, and we're going to rebuild it slowly and have. I was just speaking with, I'm not going to say his name, but one of our speakers at Anarchast, he's also an Earthship guy. And I said, hey, maybe in a year or so, would you be up for helping to build a botanical cell and greenhouse? And he said, yeah, that's a great idea. So we're going to rebuild it slowly and do workshops and teach people. And so, yeah, the cabin is gone.
And check the land survey for the floodplain.
Yeah, it's going to be on higher ground. I actually have a spot already. I'm renting the land. My worker Luis, who you guys saw him in the picture, he was teaching the kids the solar panel stuff because my Spanish is horrible, and so he was teaching them the Spanish. His land that I'm renting from him right now, we could even build it there. So and it's on higher ground there. So we still got the solar panels and the plumbing. I took everything of any value. So the people who donated money, we still have the valuable stuff. The solar panels are going to be powering Burnt MD's aquaponics. And that was actually the last slide that I got to. So I'm going to go back to that slide. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right. So Burnt MD, he's running a hydroponics. He's about to get a hydroponic system flowing, which will produce, vegetables for the children at the Marsh House. So our systems, our solar electricity, and our tools and equipment are going to be helping him. And the hydroponics is going to be providing food for the orphanage. So all the people who donated, all the people who helped, the stuff we developed is still helping grow food, vegetables, healthy, nutrient-dense food for the orphanage. So Burnt MD is going to be speaking at Anarchast. He's an incredible guy. He's the gentleman that you see in the picture here. He's making the hydroponic system, which is going to grow vegetables for the kids. And you see he's teaching one of the girls how to build the hydroponic system, and some of the tools that you see. Those are the tools from the Earthship, some of the saw and drill and stuff. So
okay, so this is some of the hydroponic stuff that Danny was talking about that there's going to be a workshop on at the event, right?
Yeah. So some of our tools were used to help build it, and our solar electricity is going to be used to power this. So the Earthship stuff is still going to be helping grow food and help the orphanage. So that's happening.
Yeah, this is what I want to learn. I want to put a couple of these in my backyard and start growing some stuff. That sounds awesome.
I haven't done this before, but I'm really excited that Anarchapulco is moving into this stuff. I wouldn't say it's Anarchapulco's project; it's more Burnt's. So, but we're all working together here. So, but the fact that we're all doing this stuff, it's pretty exciting.
Cool. All right.
And just the last thing, and my workshop has also evolved, and I've been teaching the kids at the orphanage. You can see some reverse osmosis water system and solar panels and stuff. So I've been continuing to teach the kids at the Marsh House, some of the older boys, because they're going to be leaving soon. So the work is ongoing, and the knowledge is being constantly taught, and we're plowing through all the mistakes and all the hardships, and we planted a seed, and now that seed is starting to grow with this off-grid autonomy stuff.
All right, so, awesome. All right, well, thanks for showing us the photos. So that's what you had. That's what you did, and that's what happened, and now that's what you are doing. So now let's talk about your talk at the event in Anarchapulco. What are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to be doing exactly what I just did. I'm going to show people the history of the Earthship and what happened and all that stuff, and give them a full-on update of past, present, and future. And I'm also managing something new, which I'm very excited about. The Earthship led the way to something called the Sovereign Living stage at Anarchapulco. I will share the screen again, and we'll take a look at what Sovereign Living is going to be. So Sovereign Living, it's basically, because Anarchapulco has always had stages for different topics, right? There's been like the crypto stage, the health and wellness stage, and a couple of years ago, right when I was pitching the idea for the Anarchapulco Earthship, I think this actually to you in the planning committee thing. At that time, and I was like, hey, why doesn't Anarchapulco also have an off-grid day where like it teaches people how to get their own water and energy and stuff independently of the state? And lo and behold, that's what we've got going on now. So it's really been the honor of a lifetime and they really surprised the hell out of me. I was having Easter dinner with Macy many, many months ago, and she just totally dropped this bombshell on me. She's like, oh yeah, you're going to manage that stage next year. And I said, I'm managing what? So it was pretty exciting, and it's a freaking dream come true to be running a stage at Anarchapulco. So we're going to do the best we can, and we hope people love it. And because basically what I really want, I want people to leave Anarchapulco feeling like they can do something new. I'm not as hopelessly dependent on the state. I know something about my own water, or what to do if there's a fire or some sort of emergency. I want them to leave with a little bit of self-empowerment, because people always have fun at Anarchapulco and they learn stuff, but I want them to really have that feeling that I first got many years ago when I took survivalism stuff. It's such an empowering thing when you learn how to shoot a gun or how a water filter works and all this important stuff. So that's what I want to bring to Anarchapulco, and I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
I have some pictures here of our speakers. So let me see if I can share the screen again. We have some new people mostly, because we had some bigger name people, but it just wasn't working with the schedule. So it's a lot of new people, but that's a good thing. This is my friend B, and she's a local girl here in Mexico, and her friends and associates, they have a stateless firefighting team. Basically, there's a lot of bushfires and forest fires out here in Mexico. And she was telling me that some of them are intentional. I don't know who's doing it, but the cartels or somebody is starting these fires. And her friends, she's going to be teaching firefighting skills, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're trained as children to just call 911, go ask the government for help and whatever. And if everybody is empowered with some of this stuff, then they're a lot less likely to have that psychological dependence on the state if they know what to do in an emergency. So I'm pretty excited about seeing her seeing her presentation. So that's B. She's a newcomer. So I spoke with her at the Mariposa Festival. That was a lot of fun. And so this is an example, and we're going to do things like, firefighting skills, and we couldn't do it this year, but next year we're going to have more like self-defense skills and peaceful problem-solving skills. So instead of just calling the firefighters or the police when there's a problem, you will now have some skills to deal with these problems. And myself, I'll be giving the rundown of the Earthship, what happened, and the past, present, and future of that. Marjorie Wildcraft is a very interesting woman. She's going to be speaking about how to handle your own medicine, growing your own medicine and treating your own ailments and stuff like that. Because most of our ailments, most of them are like man-made, right? From like bad environment, bad health, and even if you are sick with something serious, there's a lot of treatments in the natural world that you don't have to go running off to the hospital and pharmaceutical companies for. So she's going to be talking about medicine, natural medicine, and how to heal yourself without running to the hospital. James Fry spoke last year, and he had such an incredible speech. He practically got mobbed coming off the stage because everyone wanted to like talk to him and learn more. So he is going to be speaking about he's got something called Revolution Gardens, and it's an insanely fast way of growing as much nutrition as possible. So he has an incredible presentation about food. This guy, Carlos Gomez, you saw in the picture from the Earthships, the tall guy, Victor, who I was standing with, the guy who put in the solar panels for the Earthship. Victor's gone, but Carlos works with him, and Carlos has been to Acapulco before. He's a big Ron Paul guy. He's a local guy in Acapulco, but he lived in Texas for many years, so speaks great English, and he loves Acapulco. So he's going to be talking about how to get your own energy independently of the state, which is a problem all over the world, right? Not just in the US, but look at a place like Ukraine. You could say a lot of things about Ukraine, but the one thing you see, the people, they're struggling with energy because they were dependent on the powers that be. So Carlos is going to give a talk about how to get your own energy independently of the state. And it's the same company that did the Earthship solar, so we have a great relationship with them. Because solar is a tricky thing. You have to trust the people and know what's going on. Now, this is interesting. This is Bitcoin Village. They're there in the Mayan Peninsula, and they were on Vice News. They were on like the later part of the Vice News thing, and they were basically made to look like lunatics. And so we actually became friends with these guys. We didn't really know each other before the Vice News thing. We became, we reached out, and now we're talking. These are really cool guys. They use Bitcoin as their currency in their little off-grid eco village, and we're hoping that they can teach us about how to solve problems peacefully, right, in a community. How to listen to each other, and if somebody has a serious problem, how do you do that in a way without the state? So these are the Bitcoin Village people, Gabriel and his brother. So they're going to be speaking, and they're incredible people. And last but not least is Burnt. His real name is Brent Kaufman, but he goes by Burnt MD. Gorilla Healer. That's his website. He's the guy that's teaching the kids English, and he's building the hydroponic system. He's really doing incredible work. Like, I thought I did something difficult with the Earthship, but he's really throwing himself out there to do this difficult work, and he's totally dedicated to the food independence and the well-being of the Marsh House. So anybody out there who's interested in knowing more about this or Burnt, I told him I would throw this out there because he has a GoFundMe. If you're interested in his hydroponic stuff that we showed you earlier, you can help them out by going to jovitasgarden.org. It's a GoFundMe, Jovita's Garden. Jovita is the woman who runs the Marsh House, and it's the Food Independence Program. And if you want to help them out, it's as you can see, it's Brent Kaufman and Danny Sessom. Danny was just on Anarchasts, what was that, a week ago or something?
Like 2 days ago. We've been doing daily shows, and we got the next 3 days is going to be on too. So yeah,
this is
stay
a bit of
tuned.
an overlap with what he was talking about. If you're interested in that, you can research this. And no, that's something else, Jones Plantation picture that I had in there. So that is what's going on with Sovereign Living Day. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to show. I'm also doing a workshop at Anarchapulco. I'm teaching how to wire up off-grid electricity, off-grid plumbing, how to collect rainwater, and how to filter the water so that it's safe for drinking and showering, how to keep the shower water and keep your family's water flowing even when there's nothing coming in from the state-run grid. So if you're interested in this, you can message me at TriviumAutonomy@gmail.com. I think there's going to be a link in the description below.
Sorry, my dog has ran out of patience for me doing these YouTube shows. So
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
No.
We'll wrap it up here.
No, it was a joke.
If you're interested,
everybody,
okay,
everybody, this is Evie.
Yeah, I saw your dog running around in the background earlier, but
yeah, she's had about enough.
Right. So my workshop, this is the stuff that I've been teaching to the orphanage, the Marsh House Children's Home, and while I'm in Acapulco, when I'm back there, I'm going to be making sure that as many of the kids as possible get this workshop for free. If you want to take the online, you can message me. You want to take the online workshop, let me know. And this is the stuff I will teach you about. And I'm also doing the workshop at Anarchapulco. So I know there was a lot of stuff there, but that's what's going on with Sovereign Living Day at Anarchapulco.
Very nice. And his links and contact information are in the description of the video. It might not be on Odysee yet, but it will be soon if it's not there. Chad, is there anything else that you would like to tell people before we wrap up?
Let me see here. What do we want to talk about? I wanted to talk about the Earthship and Sovereign Living Stage and my workshop. No, I think that was, I think that's the gist of it. Yeah, so Sovereign Living Day, we're very excited about it. It's something new for Anarchapulco. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting year at Anarchapulco. So get yourself here. We're all very glad that we made it through the COVID shutdown, and Anarchapulco survived it through that very dark time. And yeah, we're happy to be still doing what we're doing.
All right, awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure having you back on. A year from now, when I talk to you on the show again, I look forward to hearing about all the new cool things that you finished. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for watching and hanging out in the chat. Chad, thank you for being one of the people that actually does good things for people that need it in the world. That's awesome.
I could only do it if people like you and Anarchapulco and everybody supporting us made it happen. So thank you to you and everybody who's helped.
We're still looking at tools for the record, but that's fine because we're just saying bye.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this off. Something's going on here. Oh, there you go. I think I'm back again, right?
You are back.
Yes, yeah, sorry about that. Tools are better looking than I am. So.
All right, sir. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Chad, thanks for hanging out. I will see you at the event. We'll get some chill time, hopefully by the pool. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. I'll see you soon, Patrick. All right.
All right. Take it easy, man. Everybody, peace. Whoop, too early. Oh, I hit the button too quick. Peace, love, and anarchy.